Come on in, Aquarius. So, your cards are very interesting. So, do you think that you can relax your mind a little bit? Smell the roses? Get rest and recuperation? They're talking about it. They're talking about that's what, ready or not, you're going to be doing. So, stay tuned. We're going to talk all about it. Okay, Aquarius, here we go. I've already shuffled the cards really good. So, let's jump right in and see what the energetics want to say. Hope you made it through all the solar eclipses. Oh, I have an extensive reading about all of the energies. Actually, done. Extensive reading about all of the energies that happened and are happening in November, called Crucial Information November Astrology. I'll link it in the description below. Hopefully take a look at that. It's a bit of a longer video, so you might want to be maybe doing, I don't want that one, maybe doing some chores and listening to it like it's a podcast. That'd probably be the easiest way. But it talks a lot about the energies that are coming up within the next 2 years on the things that you want to fight for, how you want to fight for, what you're focusing on. And it will definitely make a difference if you get organized on that. So check it out. Give me a moment. I'm going to straighten these and I'll be right back. Okay, Aquarius, so we're looking at your cards here, and one of the biggest things that your cards are talking about is you have to rest, recoup, stop and smell the flowers, stop thinking with your mind so much. Not easy for an Aquarius. And we've got Champion here and Little Cappy, but we're going to work around them. Okay, so in your cards, when we're looking at like the main centerpiece, it definitely is stop and smell the roses, especially if there's children involved. This is about rest and recuperation. In your past, it does show through here that you've had high levels of anxiety on the things that you thought were going to come to fruition, but now you realize they were a little bit of a fantasy, wasn't totally realistic. You also had the anxiety carried over to things you felt you were bound by, and where you need to take your goodies and go another direction. It's levels of anxiety that's not been fun. But what we need you to do now is rest and recuperation, because it says within the cards it is not a time to war, and it's more of a time to kind of act like a fool. Even though Aquarius isn't one to necessarily know how to act like a fool, but for you, for whatever goofy is for you, joking humor, that's what it's saying to do. Rest, recuperate, laughter, because it says in the future here that really it's you've got the Moon card. It's slow moving. It's going to be delayed, and the new projects that you wanted to put your loves into with the Ace of Cups here, basically, you know, they're both reversed and everything, and it's just saying slow moving. It's good to go inner, to slow down, to go inside. Because your new projects of passion are not going to be moving forward at the moment. So within also your environment here, it talks about how something within your sanctuary, your environment, or your sanctuary is changing. There's something within it that is shifting. And it's got you a little discombobulated because you're trying to come into being the star of being the new you. It talks about shutting off old things from old traumas and being the new you. But you're having something to do within the recreation of you and your environment, your surroundings, is got you off balance just slightly. with it, just recently in your environment. But down here in your attitude, it says you're ready for adventures. It definitely says you're ready for the adventures to travel, you know, to rest the mind, to go across the calm waters, to rest the mind, to adventure, to go on travels from going from A to B, to use your intuition. The Queen of Wands is someone who is definitely uses her intuitions. So to use your intuition within your actions, to be charismatic about it, because she's one of the most charismatic Queen of Swords. It's a mature being, but it's a good level. It's a balanced level. All right, so moving into the future, you have the hopes that you can put the long-term actions into something and find the level of fulfillment, because you're not totally finding fulfillment right now. I don't know why, but you're not. It's saying in the future that, well, the one thing it talks about that I thought was really fascinating is this this character over here. There's a, let me show you this. There is a King of Wands character. Now, here's what these cards are doing. The King of Wands, within what he's doing, is he's a very action-oriented man. He's like, I need to get things done, or a male figure, you know, male and energetic. I need to get things done. I'm the captain of the team. I've got to get things done. And what he's needing to do is he's being a little angry about some things that some people said to him that hurt him at his core, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it at all. And he's having to learn how to let those go. So whether you are the person within this reading where you're the male that's needing to learn how to let them go and not be so angry upon words that people have said to you that kind of hurt you in your sacred core and that you've held on to, or if you're not the male, there's a male within your life that you're going to see this opportunity coming up in the next 2 weeks. If you see a very strong man, like a captain team type guy that's very action oriented, that you have the ability to say some words to help him let go of the things we can't control, especially the actions and the words that other people do that we can take personally. And I really do feel it's going to be a moment that you're going to be able to be there for somebody else in that moment. You'll know it when it happens, because he's kind of pissed off. He's kind of mad, and he needs to let it go. So maybe you can be helpful. It is saying you're splitting your energies between the tasks that you need to do and splitting your loves. I don't know what that's about, but maybe you do. And within delayed victories, some of you might find levels of feeling a little heartbroken, almost like it feels like you're missing someone. And so be prepared for that. It's fleeting, but that's just a little bit of the energetics that are coming through. But in general, like the biggest thing with this is the stopping and smelling the roses and rest and recoup. So give me a moment. I'll come right back for the recap and the wrap up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, Aquarius, so the biggest thing is, can you do it? Are you willing to be able to rest your mind? Hi, Cappy. Are you willing to be able to rest your mind and go with the flow? And the funny thing is you're going to, in the next 2.5 weeks, as you practice that, you know, like yoga, they say, you know, it's in the practice of it. Because you're coming right now from a lot of heady stuff. You've been overworked with your mind. Your mind's been going overtime, thinking about probably, you know, responsibilities, things you're trying to get taken care of. And right now it is saying, rest, recoup, calm the mind. And in the future, you're going to have, in the next 2.5 weeks, you're going to be able to be there for somebody else. It looks like a male type of figure, to be able to help them calm down from overreacting from their own mind of the way they're holding on to some things. So it's a really good practice here. The other things, it basically talks about not time for war, time to be foolish, to joke around. Your projects are not going to be, and the new projects that you're trying to create that are passionate for you are going to be put on hold, kind of up in the air. It's like everything's moving in slow motion. But while it's moving in slow motion, smell some roses. It looks like you're ready for and up for adventures and being intuitive within yourself. Let up those anxieties go within the things that you thought maybe were kind of fanciful and you weren't being realistic about. Missing, there's an energy of sorrowful missing someone or something. I don't know what that's about, but maybe you will when it hits you. Maybe that's something within your mind too that you've been trying to stay away from, and it'll come to the surface once you start to relax. Interesting. And is your energy of love, the actions that you need to do or want to do are kind of split in two different directions. But you'll figure out, you'll decide which action, which direction you want to go to give your love. Like when it's split between two people and you've got to decide either I'm going to go with this person, I'm going to go with that person. And it's just saying that in the future you're going to have to be like, okay, I want to love both of you, but I've got to choose to go over here or over there. And it's not personal, but it's just like, it's one of those scenarios. But the biggest thing is take your time and get out of your mind. Let me say that again. Take your time and get out of your mind, Aquarius. Not easy to do, but that is the biggest things, like your cards are saying over and over again, and slowing it down. So good luck with that. Try to chill out. I know you still got to get things done with, like, people with work and all that sort of stuff, but go with the flow and not stress, and try to get off of your mind overthinking if you can, Aquarius. Not easy for Aquarius. All right. Wish you the best. Talk soon. Mush mush.